Hey one, hey all, it's Thursday night. I'm here, you're beautiful. That must mean it's time for GotBot Goes Live. I, of course, am your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe, and while you are at it, light them up, baby, and hit that notification bell. It helps me out a ton, and it lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, the Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that is in the description down below. Also in the description down below, if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring, or of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. And tonight on the show, we're going to very much kind of pick apart and delve into the rather long video that Evan did in relation to the Haslab Deathsaurus. We're also going to talk about Buzzworthy Bumblebee and a couple of the well-known releases coming from there. We're going to make a couple of notes, a couple of comments about the transformation scheme for the Studio Series 86 version of Brawn. We're going to talk about New Age a little bit. We're going to talk a bunch about Earthspark, actually a fair amount of Earthspark news, just a lot of it nuggets and tidbits, but a lot of it, which is nice to see because it's been so Rise of the Beast heavy in the last few weeks, right? And we're going to, of course, do trivia, and we're going to do this week's pickups. Plus, we're going to talk about the latest crossover collaboration that will be Transformers and G.I. Joe, and how exactly Zartan here will fit into that mix, though I'm sure we all know by now. I'll give my thoughts on that in just a little bit. By the way, some of those thoughts relate to a discussion that I had with our buddy Razor Bear. And I thought he had a pretty interesting idea, but we'll get to all that in just a little bit. I'm going to get things set up here. I hope you're having a tremendous day. I'm going to tell you now, my back has really been acting up the last week or so. I'm not sure why. So I've been very much sort of down and out because I'm trying to let it rest. If you hear things in the background, I think I said last week how we kind of went from like very cold temperatures to very hot. Well, today with the Humidex, 100% Humidex, by the way, it is 31 degrees. Now it's starting to kind of break now, but where I'm recording, well, doing the show from here now, and the light and stuff being on, there's a couple of fans going. So between the heat and my back, I'm going to try to be kind of as expedient as I can. Plus tonight is indeed the anniversary show. 4 years we've been doing the live show on Thursday nights. How do I know this? Because tomorrow is the anniversary of myself and Starscream Wife. It is our wedding anniversary tomorrow. So kind of a big weekend for us. Plus Saturday is also Canada Day. So anybody who is a Canadian in the audience, happy Canada Day. I might circle back to that later on. And before we get back here, of course, next week is also for our friends in the U.S. Independence Day on July the 4th. So I guess that this weekend is not only Canada Day weekend, I would assume, even though Independence Day for you guys is on a Tuesday, would you still, maybe somebody can explain this to me in the chat, would this still be considered your, Independence Day weekend? Is that still how you recognize it, or what? Yeah, like I said, I'm just getting stuff kind of situated here a little bit, so bear with me for a few moments, and then we'll check in with you guys, and we will get going with the show. Let's go here, and we're going to go up here, and I'm going to close that. Oh, by the way, input. I always knew, buddy, I was your favorite bot. I know I'm your comfort bot. I know I give you those warm feelings, buddy. I know. Things just got a little weird, didn't they? Aha! If you don't know what I'm talking about in relation to input, check out his show from yesterday. You'll see it as he's going through his version of course, the news from tformers.com. He knows what I'm talking about. He knows what I'm talking about. I might be quiet during the show, usually because it's like supper time here when you go on. So a lot of times I can't type, but I'm always watching and I'm always aware. Yeah, so a cheap plug there for input. Hey, Big M. Hey, Waspinator. Hey, Albert. Hey, perhaps Doug. Hey, Ken. Hey, Jim. Grimlock gone. Ah, got Nemesis Leo Prime. Isn't he beautiful? He's gorgeous. That gray, I can't call it an onyx and a speckling. It's like a gunmetal gray, but it gives him such a gorgeous sheen. Hey, DJ. Nah, man, you're not late to the party at all. We're just getting going. Hey, Deceptibot. No, man, we're just getting going. Just getting going, DJ. You're here. Listen, look at the time. It's our usual time. We're just getting started. FedEx just dropped off Orion Pax and Senator Ratbat, Skyquake, and Armada Starscream and Hotshot. That's a lot. I can speak to the Skyquake mold. That is an amazing mold. Do like I say in the review, Big M, and follow the order of operations very specifically. You got to do the nose cone in a specific way to get everything else to tab in. But once you do it using the proper order of operations, he is buttery smooth and absolutely fantastic. I can't speak to the Starscream. I don't know the mold. Can't speak to the Hotshot. Don't know the mold. And I mean, as for the Senator Ratbat and the Orion Pax, two great molds. I mean, it's not my Orion Pack, so I'm not interested in it. And I really don't know Ratbat as anything other than the little rat. Like, I don't know him as the Senator guy. So it's not for me. But you know what? I can't argue with anybody getting it. They look fine. They look good. They look great. The Orion Pack uses the, I believe, Siege Hound mold, which is a fine mold. I use it. I have it for, not Hound, as I discussed last week. I have it for Hotshot, funny enough, for the Cybertron Defense Hotshot. And for the Cyclonus / Scourge / Alpha Trion mold being used for Ratbat, I think it makes great sense. Honestly, I think it looks good. Certainly captures. I looked up pictures of Senator Ratbat after, like, it really does capture the character nicely. So I certainly can't fault it. Hey, Blue. Thank you, Grimlock God. I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you, Big M. As we go down here a bit, bear with me. Yeah, warm feelings. That's right, input. Warm feelings, buddy. Haven't actually heard of Independence Day weekend. Usually it's just a night of celebration. Maybe around. Okay, maybe like here. I mean, it's usually just Canada Day, but I guess it's Canada Day weekend now because it's happening on a weekend this year, right? But sometimes it's just like Canada Day is on a Wednesday, so you do things on a Wednesday, right? Or usually Tuesday night, I guess, right? So I was just curious kind of how it's handled in the States. Nevertheless, happy Canada Day, happy Independence Day. I don't know if I'm missing any of these early July holidays elsewhere. Just celebrate on the actual day. Oh, okay. Hey, Caldeo. Yesterday, I got a Coronation Starscream for $15 USD. That's a good price for him. The chair, man. The chair's worth that, right? Yeah, that's great. That's an excellent pickup, Albert. Marcus says, I hate summer. So do I. I like fall and I like spring. I like the moderate times a year. Me and Starscream wife were talking today about our ideal temperature. And like 17, 18, maybe 20 Celsius is like, that's plenty for us. All these people that want like 40 degrees, I'm going down south on the beach. Like, no, it's not for me. It's not for me. Bless your heart if it's for you. Yeah, Big M got a big haul. Absolutely, he did. I agree with you there, Blue. Starting on the 1st of July, I'm off to do my yearly trip to the tractor show. I don't know what I guess there's a lot of tractors there. Enjoy. That's what I would say to you. Enjoy. I don't know much about tractor shows, but enjoy. Hey, eyes, here like swimwear, hey? Well, it's been okay, Lance. I've had to rest a lot of it, right? Hey, Sovereign, Manitoba, Chauncey. Snarl and Beachcombers headed your way. Nice. I don't know which Snarl that is, but enjoy whichever one it is. How much was Studio Series 86? There wasn't a Studio Series 86 Starscream. Oh wait, do you mean the Coronation one? Was that a Studio Series one? Well, he's a leader, so he was whatever leader price was, but somebody there got him for, Albert got him for $15 US. So I think a leader in the US is 55. Somebody can correct me on that if I'm wrong. Picked up Legacy Armada, Megatron, and Core Swoop and Scar today. I saw the Scar the other day. I haven't seen the Swoop yet, but I've seen the Scar. And the Grimlock is only rolling out here now. The one that's in the same wave as Nemesis Prime and Thundercracker. He's also beginning to roll out here now. So I would imagine the Swoop's not far behind. I would guess. I got to be honest. I really don't know which waves those guys fall in very well because I haven't been following the core Dinobots. The Armada Megatron, I mean, I've seen a couple of reviews. Again, it's not for me. It's not the Megatron for me. I don't have an interest in it. But in everything I've seen, like, man, it seems like one heck of an update. It really does. Maybe the shoulder pylons seem a little cattywampus on some copies, a little loose maybe. But generally, he seems very, very nice. I think it's a successful update. You know, take that for what it's worth as somebody who doesn't have a dog in that fight, so to speak, but just for the added articulation alone, I think it's a great update. So enjoy it. Be happy, man. Still waiting for final to find Breakdown somewhere. I mean, I would imagine that he's going to get a repack at some point because a lot of people seem to be looking for a Breakdown. I saw someone buy Starscream for 15 at Ross. Yeah, again, we don't have a Ross, so we don't get those sort of deals around here. It just doesn't happen. As for the Armada leaders, I'm waiting for the Amazon pre-orders. There are Armada leaders, or do you mean the Megatron? Because that's the only Armada leader I know. Like a show about old tiny tractor, like steam-powered traction engines and such. Wild. Okay. They even have a shop where with some stuff. Interesting. Not something I know anything at all remotely about. I had the choice of buying Blitzwing or Armada Megs yesterday. I got Blitz, but I can't help thinking I made a mistake. I would have got the Armada. I don't like the Blitzwing. I got rid of it. I didn't enjoy it, but if you do, you win. I think the Armada is the way I would have gone, but I mean, that's just me. You got to do you, bro. There's breakdown shelf warming wherever Tetra Nova is, DJ. So I don't know, touch base. See if you can get a hookup. I got a friend who works at Ross, but I doubt she'll give it. Maybe she doesn't know I'm a Transformers fan. Maybe. Have you ever told her? Otherwise, how would she know? DJ says, consider me jealous. Red Rampage is the Revenge of the Fallen version from the original ROTF toyline with which is pretty rare. Okay. Yeah, 55. That's what I thought, Albert. That's what I thought. We get down here a little bit. I saw the same thing, Albert. Not going anywhere until clearance. Yeah, 55 for Starscream. I got him at Ross for 15, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, you guys, I mean, good. That's a fantastic price. That's exactly, I think, what you should get him for. You might have heard Tess in the background there. Windows are all open, too. So, heavens knows what she's barking at. I got the Red Rampage for a steel. Used it as a tractor. What? Used it a tractor show used. I don't know what that means, but okay. Got him for steel, then that's good too. Didn't bother with Coronation Starscream. Too much risk of yellow. I didn't bother with Coronation Starscream because he was $80, so no. Okay, let's get into the news. I'm going to go fairly quick. Like I said, my back has been sort of working against me here a little bit. Hey, John. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't think you're going to go that far, John. That's a bit extreme. As a matter of fact, I think what I'm going to do is remove that comment because that's a bit uncomfortable comment there, buddy. So, but you were noticed. You were noticed. All right, you were noticed. Yeah, I think I'll come around Ultra Megatronus. I do. Like I said, my back has been sort of against me. Yesterday it was also my shoulder, my neck. That seems pretty much worked out today. I must have tweaked something or something like that, right? So we'll see. I don't know who that is, average swamp dweller. So I don't know who that is. I don't care really who it is. I've had back pain. Oh, okay, maybe. I've had a lot of people that I've taught. Did you like Nemesis ship? I'm not really sure what you're asking there. Getting old. Getting old. Been old long time, buddy. Been old long time. Freeze a 2-liter bottle of water and apply to your back. Yeah, it's not. I don't think there's any swelling. I don't know what I got done. There's no swelling. It just hurts. And like when I was, so story time before I get into things here. So when I was 10, I was riding my bike. I'm going to use Zartan here. I was riding my bike. So he's on a bicycle. And I was going downhill pedaling on pavement. And the handlebars came up out of my bike. So when the handlebars came up, my bike started to, if you didn't know this, the front tire automatically turns. And my bike went over and I went over. And then I went bang on my, I'm told, I don't remember this. I went bang on my head on the pavement and then I fell over on my back. I've had back problems on and off ever since then, since I was 10. I probably did something to the old brain too, since I landed on my head, right? You know, so I mean, you know, it probably explains a lot about why I am the way I am. You know, fine. Just throwing it out there. I got the Star Toys Blitzwing, and I know it's third party, but it's the G1 Blitzwing that looks great in all 3 modes. But isn't I'm sure it looks great, but that's masterpiece scale, right, Mike? I could be wrong, but I believe that's masterpiece scaled. If I'm not mistaken. I had an accident when I was in preschool where I fell down some stairs and broke my arm, from what I was told. Yeah, that sounds pretty bad too. GIJoe tried to kill GotBot. No, but pavement did. Asphalt certainly did. I had back pain since 2002 after falling off a roof, shouting, I'm back, I'm back. Why were you on a roof shouting that? You landed on a Ford Focus. Okay. That was okay. You got to stop with that because I thought you actually did that for a second. All right, let's get going here. So first things first, speaking of the GIJoe, we know that the latest crossover for the GIJoe Transformers Collaboratives is going to be none other than, you guessed it, Soundwave. And Soundwave is going to turn into the what's it called now? The what's it called machine? Somebody tell me what it is because I can't remember. Thunder Machine. There you go, Thunder Machine. Not coming with the Thunder Machine driver, but instead coming with 2 different Dreadnoks, Zorana and Zartan. Not this Zartan, O-Ring Zartan. This is one of the 25th anniversary molds that came in like a 5-pack or something. Actually, I really like this Zartan for whatever weird reason, and it really has stuck with me. So I'm glad to have this version. But the original O-Ring version, as well as Zorana, and a lot of people are like, why is Ravage blue? Because it's not Ravage. As Input pointed out, it's Hellback. I think it would have been really neat if they put in the blue Condor, Garboil, Garbroil. I can't remember his name off the top of my head right now. I think it's Garbroil. But Garbroil and Hellback kind of go together. That would have been really cool to include. Now, that said, while apparently it is scaled to the original Thunder Machine, which I think is a good way to go, I don't know if Soundwave was the best choice. I get why they went with Soundwave. He's well known. He's blue. It was just the easiest one to do. However, our buddy not Ultra Megatronus, I take that back. Razor Bear said, you know who would have made more sense to go with the Dreadnoks? Probably someone like Swindle. I agree. Could have been Swindle. Could have been any of the mercenaries, for example, right? Because the Dreadnoks really aren't, really, they work with Cobra, but let's be realistic. They're not really loyal to anyone per se. I think somebody, for example, like Double Dealer might have worked there, or I guess you could have used the Bumblebee head and made this as some sort of a bug bite or something like that. But, as it is, I think it's a good-looking Soundwave for the most part. He does have some junk on his back. Nothing like that Megatron Hiss tank. That thing is wildly back-heavy. But overall, I think the robot looks pretty good. I think the coloration looks great. I think it's interesting that he comes with, apparently, it's the MP mold for Hellback, or Ravage if you prefer. And the chain around the neck is a callback to like a comic or a piece of art or something where Baroness is walking Ravage with a chain and a collar like that. So a couple of little nods there, going a little bit deep, but I think it's really cool. 150 Canadian is expensive for it. And that's why, honestly, that's what's really kept me out of that line. I mean, 150 plus tax for essentially a Soundwave with, you know, a little Ravage and two, what I would call $5 O-ring figures, although I think they sell for like $17.99 Canadian now or something. The value is probably there. I just think that for a crossover, and I'm not a big crossover guy, I just feel like it's a bit too much. You know, that's all. I just feel like it's a bit too much. Moving on here. We know that we have already gotten the retro G1 colored Starscream that was released in the cartoon accurate colors. We also now have Thundercracker. Well, naturally, Skywarp is up and coming. That has been confirmed. So we will be getting a Skywarp to kind of complete that original G1 Tetra, or not Tetrajet, that original G1 Seeker trio in animation accurate coloration. I think that was a foregone conclusion, wasn't it? Amazon is going to be doing another one of their comic 2-packs. As was pointed out earlier, Senator Ratbat and Orion Pax is one. The minor Megatron and whoever it is he comes with is two. I don't remember who he comes with. And now we're going to be getting Javelin and Kaskade. I heard the announcement and the listing, and I was like, I literally have no idea who either of these characters are. I've never heard the name in my life. They are both IDW original characters. For those who don't know, like me, Javelin is a one-eyed Autobot, a one-eyed female Autobot, I should say, not because of Impurata, just because Alex Milne, I think, might have been the one who created it. I think it was Alex Milne, just like one-eyed robots, and thought it was cool. He created her with an aerial alt mode, but after the 2019 reboot, apparently the alt mode was changed to a land-based vehicle. I assume this would be some sort of a mold reuse with a new head. What mold that would be, I don't know. Kaskade, on the other hand, I know far less about, but Kaskade basically is a Decepticon sniper. Actually, Kaskade is part of the Ascendicons or Ascendicons, who become the Decepticons. So really, Kaskade's a Decepticon sniper. I don't know anything about the alt mode. Don't know if it's male, female. Cool name, though. Kaskade with 2 Ks in the name. So interesting 2-pack. I don't know. Let's see what molds are used and how they look, right? You know, let's see how that goes. Let's talk for a second about the Takara Studio Series 86 Brawn. And I say Takara because they recently put up just like 4 images of the transformation, and I thought it was kind of interesting. So it looks like the grill probably turns around and then folds up into the hood to give us the yellow piece behind his head, which I do like. I enjoy that being on a swivel, if that's what it is. The arms seem to be kind of tucked behind him and up in the cavity of the vehicle. The sides of the vehicle, both tires and the doors, all unpeg and fold down to fold up kind of on themselves to become the lower legs and feet, which begs the question to me, why is that engineered in such a way that you could not really put a door in on the side of the Jeep? Because I'm not going to lie, the side of the Studio Series 86 Jeep is fugly as it gets. It doesn't look like the sides of a vehicle, and it doesn't look like doors at all to me. It just looks like it's a bunch of robot junk on the side. Pay no mind to it. Sort of like Wizard of Oz, you know, pay no mind to the man behind the curtain. You know, pay no mind to the junk on the side of 86 Bronze vehicle mode. That said, I think it's going to end up being a very intuitive, very logical transformation. I look forward to seeing how well it actually works. By the way, those pictures all came from tformers.com. I'm going to put that down here for now. Earthspark. Console game coming. So there's an Earthspark console game coming called, if I can find it here now, Expedition. You basically play as Bumblebee. It's coming out in October, $39.99 US, going to be on PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox, Switch, whatever. It looks actually really good. It looks like it might be a fun game. I think if it lands, I think it will really help to make connections for certain fans to the Earthspark series, because you'll have an opportunity to become more intimate with those versions of those characters, especially Bumblebee, of course, but I'm sure others along the way as well. And honestly, if you haven't checked it out, Earthspark is fantastic. A really, really excellent show. Speaking of Earthspark, we saw images of Nightshade. I don't know if it's out in the US yet. I'm not sure about that, but in-hand images of Nightshade. It looks like you have to put the owl wings on the back, but looks gorgeous. Painted very well. Very clean robot. Very clean owl. I so want the Terrans. I'm so in for them. And right now, all of the shelves around here are fully stocked with wave 3 of Legacy. That's the wave that has Crankcase and Skullgrin and Dead End and Point Blank, and tons of that around now, as well as a lot of Air Razor and Bumblebee from Rise of the Beast. The Scourge has been around a lot. All of the Rise of the Beast junk and gimmicky crap, keeping it from other things. A bunch of the retro stuff. Still, though, only all the wave 1 stuff of Earthspark in my neck of the woods. Man, I really want that Thrash. I'm still waiting on the wave 2 Warriors for that Thrash. Don't even get me started on Hashtag or now Nightshade. Don't even get me started either on, oh man, I can never remember his name. The other guy, the guy that turns into that weird dinosaur. Jawbreaker? Is that his name? Jawbreaker? Like, people are picking them up. Not around here. Not around here. But I trust me, I'm in for them. I love Twitch. I thought she was a fun and fantastic figure. So I'm in for the rest. Strong Arm from the Alita mold. We saw kind of some images from Mark when he does like the designer thing. He did say though, because a lot of the pieces are reused from Alita 1, that left room for a focus on 2 things. The first being the parts that did have to go remolded, like the head and kind of the truck bed on her back. But more importantly, he really wanted to nail the deco, and he said even the factory had some challenges with getting all of the deco details in. And you know what? Looking at it and looking at the animation, like the deco is spot on. Is the body more svelte than it should be for her? Probably. But the deco is spot on. Don't believe me? Compare the upcoming Legacy Evolution Strong Arm with the animation model. And I think you're going to say, man, you know what? That look is darn close. Plus, they deliberately apparently wanted to use the Alita mold so that when they put Strong Arm in, say, an action display, an action pose alongside both Alita and Minerva, you'll end up having her look seamless with them, with those other fembots. And you know what? There's a logic to that I like. Honestly, there's a logic to that I like. The Bashiju Nemesis Prime statue. It is the Optimus Prime recolored in Nemesis Prime colors. But the Nemesis Prime statue, apparently that's going to be an Anime Expo exclusive, as well as some at SDCC. Again, I'm not comfortable with these statues. I respect the level of detail and the molding, but just taking these statues and doing them as anime girls and I don't know, wearing skimpy clothes and stuff, it doesn't land for me. If it lands for you, cool. But she's going to be hard to get, very hard to get as an exclusive. Studio Series leader Optimus Primal. We have seen a bunch of images. A lot of pre-orders have sold out for the guy. He's going to be a leader class. But we also know now that some of his accessories are intended to work with other guys. For example, the axe that comes with him actually is meant to go with the, I believe, Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime. Cool, neat. The chain that is connected on his 2 swords, which I thought was weird, actually is intended to go use with Studio Series Battle Trap and be the chain basically for his mace flail thing. This is the right way to do it because you have actually a kind of a solid chain that has a number of I guess articulation points so that you can actually get cool animations of poses with that overhead, or being twirled around, or smashing into, like there was a picture of it smashed into Mirage and it just held in place. That's a very nice way of doing a change. So yeah, I think that that's a great way to go. I really do. I like that, and I like the interconnectivity with other Transformers. I think it's neat. I really do. I like it. Gravistar, they make speakers and chargers and earbuds and that sort of stuff. You can win a fast charger that is styled for Rise of the Beasts, but you have to go to Instagram to the Javistar page, I guess, and do the steps. You can still get in because the contest doesn't end until tomorrow. So if you want a Rise of the Beast styled fast charger, go check out Gravistar, I guess, on Instagram. Gravastar. I've never heard of the company, but good luck if you intend to enter that draw. Little more Earthspark news. Part 1 is out in the US on DVD. So if you're somebody who, I know that you can stream this stuff on a lot of services and we can always find it, but if you want that physical copy, something to always have, take with you on the go, whatever. Maybe you're in for the DVDs. I mean, I have a lot of those series, and it's nice for me to be able to just take them, grab them, watch them. I don't have to worry about streaming nothing or going anywhere. I just grab it and watch it. So if you're like me and you like that, cool. Transformers 1, we saw last week. Cliff Jumper and Optimus and RC, they were revealed for the cover of Transformers 1. Now we also have Wheeljack and Ratchet. I think that they look great. I think the Wheeljack looks particularly good. Maybe a few nicks and notches too much. He looks like he almost has a little bit too much battle scarring on him, maybe. I think the Ratchet looks good, but I did notice that the crosses on his shoulders are now black. I'm pretty sure that that's done, though, because there's a whole, thing with the Red Cross and having red crosses on his shoulders, and there's a copyright or something there. So rather than using something different or whatever, they just went with black crosses. Doesn't quite look right, but I can accept it because they did the cartoon accurate black crest on his head. A lot of times they'll do that red, or they'll do his head red and do that white. I always hate that. His head is white, his face is gray, his eyes are blue, his crest is black. So the black shoulder crosses and the black crest, I think it ties together okay. We've also now seen Starscream, who I don't particularly like the face for, but I like everything from the neck down. We've seen Soundwave, who looks brilliant, and Laserbeak as of right now. I don't know who is next to come. Another Seeker, Thundercracker, Skywarp. It looks like down front we might have Rumble. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Legacy Wave 6 out in the US. If you don't know what wave that is, that's the one with DevCon and Beachcomber and whatnot. They're calling it Legacy Wave 6. I call it Legacy Evolution Wave 3. I don't know. They're doing the waves weird with this line. League of Steel Optimus Prime was shown. It's basically Optimus Prime if he was a football player, and he comes with a little football. And I was like, cool, neat. It looks like it's styled okay. I mean, he's just standing there very stoic. I don't know if he moves. It doesn't look like it. Looks like a statue. They're also going to be doing Bumblebee like it's Starscream, Soundwave, and Megatron. So if you're in for, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, and Optimus is 5. I mean, cool. Now here's the kicker. The price for this Optimus, $430 US. So if you want all 5 of them, I mean, you're going to be in for a better part of $2,500. I don't even know if they move. I don't get it. That's one of those, I don't understand why this exists, and I don't know who it's for. Rise of the Beasts. Pre-orders, I guess, are up on Amazon. There's been a lot of talk about dates, and when I say pre-orders, I mean for the Steel Box Edition and the Blu-ray and the DVD and all of this stuff. I've heard September for a lot of those. However, the streaming services I think Amazon and Microsoft and Google, apparently they're going to start streaming it on June 11th or July 11th. I don't know. I guess if you want to stay at home and pay for it, Input was talking a lot about it. I think he also said June 20 or July 25th. Look, let the thing run its course in theater. By the way, if you're wondering where it currently stands right now, I checked very recently. The current box office stands at worldwide about 385 million or so, which, quite frankly, I mean, it's nowhere close to a billion, but the whole film industry is nowhere close to what it was, pre-pandemic, right? So 385, it's still wildly, wildly profitable so far, and it's not done in theaters yet. So yeah, that's where that sort of stands. KGBO by Killer Body, whatever this is, a third-party company I've never heard of, is doing a it's not Rise of the Beast, Revenge of the Fallen. Revenge of the Fallen scalpel. 32 points of articulation, LEDs, sounds. I don't know what the price is. I don't know what the scale is. I'm thinking some sort of like MPM scale, but I really honestly don't know. It looks like scalpel. Very impressive. Looks also to be very svelte, slender, and probably delicate. Make of that what you will. And Prime One Studio showed off their Rise of the Beast primal statue. Basically, it's an upper and lower part to this statue. And the lower part is Optimus Primal in his gorilla mode. The upper part is a bit bigger as Optimus Primal in his robot mode. Looks really good. Again, it's a statue. It's not going to move. If you're in for Transformer statues and art, I don't know, put this next to your $500 football player Optimus Prime, I guess. If that's your thing, yeah, if that's your thing, you go for it, man. You go for it. I'm going to check in with you guys, and then we're going to kind of continue on here with the news. So let me check in with you guys. Rumble is red, Frenzy is blue. You're hilarious, Input. Only fools think that. Yeah, I said it, and I stand by it. Cause cartoon is king. Let's go up here a bit and see what's what. I'm not even sure where I left off. Round here. This reminds me of Bicycle Song from Queen. Everything Queen did was so good. Well, I'm going to remove that, Marcus, because I don't allow or promote thieves on my channel. I think it's pretty disgusting that you even mentioned that piece of garbage. So I'm going to take that out of there, and I will kindly ask you to never, ever mention that scumbag's name here ever again. That's disgusting. No, I assure you, I wouldn't watch or trust or put any stock in anything that a thief says. That opinion holds zero value, because why would you believe a thief? Why would you believe a scumbag who has already proven that they have no morals? Right? That's the way I look at it, right? I feel left out. Everyone I know broke a bone as a kid. Oh, I didn't break any bones. I didn't break anything. I landed on my head and I fell on my back. I didn't break anything. I've never broken a bone. Actually, I might have broken a toe, but I mean, you wouldn't really know that, right? Because they don't do anything for a toe. Soundwave Thunder Machine looks solid. It does look solid. I agree. I think it looks the best out of what they've done so far. We know that there's a Triple T coming up, and that's going to come with Sergeant Slaughter. I'm not going to lie. I'd love to have a Sergeant Slaughter. I don't know what or who they'll use for Triple T. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't been in on the line, but man, do I want a Sergeant. I want a Baroness too. But like, I so wasn't in for that Megatron, and he was expensive here. He was like $200 or something. So many semi molds for the flag semi. There's a flag semi. I didn't know there was a flag semi. I don't know. I'm not really a big thing for even Goliath and Kari. Yeah, we've talked about a bunch of collaboratives before. I'm not a big collaboratives guy. If you are, cool. Your muffler fell off. What? Your muffler fell on your face. That sounds terrible. I walked in the bathroom to clean your face, and you fainted when Oracle started to clean the wounds. Oh my goodness, that was shock, man. That had to be shock. Thunder Machine originally came with, yeah, Naga hide. No, it didn't come with Naga hide. No, it didn't. I don't think I had Nagahide. I don't think that Thunder Machine came. I'm going to look it up. I should know who it is. I don't think it's Nagahide, though. And if I'm wrong, I will. I don't know. I will admit I'm wrong, I guess. I'm going to look that up right now. Can't believe I'm looking something up on my phone here. Let's see. With the Thunder Machine. It was Thrasher. It was Thrasher. If you need to, no, it's not a crack my back. I don't know what I did with it. It's just it acts up sometimes. That's all. That's all. Yeah, I got to be honest with you. I've never had that happen with my back. You should probably go to a chiropractor, Blue. That's not normal, I don't think. That being said, what do I know? I mean, they say your neck's not supposed to sound like crinkling paper when you go like this. Mine's always sounded like crinkling paper. Wish they would do a Cobra Commander. I'm good with Commander. I got a hooded version of him. I got a masked version of him. I think I'm okay with Commander. I wouldn't turn down another version of Cobra Commander. I need, honestly, there's more Cobra that I need than Joe's. Honestly, like I got a Destro, but like maybe a bit of a better Destro. I really need a better Baroness. A Zarana would be nice. Major Blood would be great, and Firefly. Like those five would kind of round out my Cobra guys pretty good. Yeah, 150 Canadian. Maybe someone should do a Howlback and Garboil combined thing, like Slam Dance. No, don't, no, because they didn't combine. All you got to do is release a Ravage in blue, and Garboil, same sort of thing. Release the Condor mold in basically blue. They're not a combiner. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't be down for that. I don't think. Just do it like the Ravage and Laserbeak, like Siege 2-pack. Like just do it blue like that. I got a couple of customs done right now of them. Honestly, actually, that's a lie. I have the proper Howlback from Titan's Return that was released with. There was like a flip changer Bumblebee, and there was a had from Combiner Wars, and I painted that blue to be Garboil. But I think that a proper update is a good idea. Yeah, Thrasher, you got it, Trent. You got it, buddy. Orion packs came with Senator Shockwave. What? Megs came with Senator Ratbat. I'm sorry, I didn't know that. Orion packs came with Senator Shockwave. Okay, my mistake. I didn't know. That's the thing. Again, being comics, like when I tell you guys, same thing with Unicron Trilogy. Like when I tell you guys, like stuff with these comics and stuff, it just doesn't stick with me. I mean, it doesn't stick with me. I don't know the characters. It doesn't stick with me. So thank you very much, perhaps a dog. I really appreciate you letting me know that. Think about this for a sec. Transformers crossovers, Flag, Semi. I don't know what. Oh, Flag Semi. Oh, you're thinking Flag, Foundation for Law and Government. Autobot Kit, Autobot Goliath, Decepticon card design. That's a lot. That's a lot. I would not be in for all of that. I know I wouldn't. They charge too much for the crossovers here. Hope there's a Thunder Blast. Yeah, that'd be cool. Hey, Imperial. What? Maybe Starscream can transform to a Fire At? What? I don't know it. Okay. Beast Wars is my G1. Well, Beast Wars is part of G1, so. And IDW is why I started collecting back in the day. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say to you. I mean, Beast Wars is G1, so I get that. I don't understand the appeal anyone has for IDW. I know that it had its fans and stuff, but I don't get it. I don't even know how you could follow what was written, because I couldn't. I'm a writer. I'm an educator, and I couldn't follow the gobbledygook that they tried to present as a story. I found it so all over the map. I don't get it. Kaskade. I got the video of you saying, but no, you don't, but okay. So I'm going to do that. Um, um, and we're going to do that. I like Transformers Cybertron, but Thunderblast is a pain in the aft. Okay. Thank you, Lance. I appreciate it. Albert says, "What? Oh, looking forward to Brawn. I'm as he gets closer, I'm looking more forward to him. But we'll see when I get him in hand, right? I do have some interesting kind of thoughts about him that I talked about last week with his size. I think his size is actually right, so that's a good thing. It didn't happen, Blue, and I'm going to remove that because it didn't happen ever. Let's see. It's been crazy with work, says Warren Bot. It's all good. Hope the same. I got what female relative who has a PS4. She lets me play it, make it the game. Why not? Why not? I mean, it looks like a good game. Looks like a nice adventure game. Still waiting on Wave 2. I hear that, Marcus. Any chance seeing a Transmetal Megatron in your not anytime recently. I had him. I don't know. When did I get my Transmetal Megatron? I mean, when did I do that review? In February, maybe. But I haven't seen him recently. I did see a couple of the Evolution, but I haven't seen him. I assume you mean the Legacy one, right? Ultra Megatronus. Haven't seen him recently, but the only place I ever saw him was GameStop, and Walmart is so far behind that he might show up there eventually. Still can't find Rise of the Beast mainline Primal. There's a few of them around here. That's all I can say. There's a few of them around. Actually, there's a few of him and Prime and Rhinox around here. But I mean, they're $40. Although they did go down in price, and I think that's probably a respectable price for it, to be honest with you. Jawbreaker. Yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Hey, Brian. Another Brian. Brian A. I wonder what they're going to do with all those shell-forming Rise of the Beast stuff. I know the movie just came out, but well, all of the gimmicky junk is going to go in a trash compactor because Hasbro does not take back orders. You buy it, you buy it. They don't take back unsold merchandise. Some places will have it go to like cheap outlets. Here, it might go to Winners, possibly, but apparently Hasbro is actually trying to cut down on the whole thing of stuff going to discount outlets by making smaller orders and stuff. So a lot of it's going to end up in the trash compactors. What's going to happen with it? I've seen it. I worked in Walmart Toys. Like when I say that, I'm not saying it because I'm saying it because I worked in Walmart Toys, and there were a lot of things that they'd run their course. They're put on clearance for a little while, didn't sell. I was like, what do we do with this? And they said, well, Hasbro don't take it back. And it went in the trash compactor, which, by the way, was a really creepy thing. The trash compactor is this big industrial thing out back with a lot of rust and apparently a bunch of rats and stuff in it. Like, it wasn't fun. So it's like that one accessory pack from Siege with the white battle master. I don't know what you're talking about. Legacy Strong Arm looks slender, not screen accurate. Her colors are apparently screen accurate. My dudette relative wants to be a detective, but she's not sure on the Strong Arm. Also, the Strong Arm is not a cadet, is a full-blown. This Strong Arm, it has advanced to becoming a full-blown officer, which I think is kind of cool. It's not even a chain. It's more of a series of hinges. Yeah, but it's called chain, Keldeo. But yes, you're right. It's a series of hinges. Either way, I think it's the better way to go. A chain you can't do anything with. Show hand emoji if you would keep your Nemesis and Arc in chip mode. My Arc is in chip mode, and my Nemesis is Triptychon, and he's in Dino mode. So, no. I think the strong arm looks better with different thighs and a smaller head. Maybe. I don't find the head stands out. Everybody's like she got a big head. I don't know, bigger than Alita's or Minerva's. And now that being said, I think both of them also have a big head for the mold, but hers don't seem any different to me. I got the SS Optimus Primal. I'll give the chain to my bulkhead. Oh, if I get the SS. Yeah, you could give it the bulkhead too. That's a good point. Yeah, you really could. I saw Earthspark on DVD last on Walmart. I haven't seen it yet. Some people like to own some physical copies of movies. That's me. Having the DVD without paying for some sort of service is nice. I agree. As we go down here a little bit, and guys, I'm skipping over some stuff here. Rumble revealed today by Skybound. Yeah, I, you know, like I said, I didn't look that close. And again, I couldn't even get Void Rivals. Like the first one came out, it sold out. I couldn't get it. So like, I'm not going hunting for this. You got to make it a lot easier than that. And they said they had 4 more copies, I think, coming in, and they thought they were accounted for. But if they get more, they'd call me. They haven't called me. So like, if it's going to be that hard to get, I'm not even going to start. Watch the what? Unrevealed Seeker for the new comic be Nacelle or something. It might be. Skybound revealed Rumble today as well. They are Team Rumble is blue. Okay, well then there you go. I figured like where we had gotten Soundwave and the Laserbeak, I figured maybe it was shown, and just not like. By the time I last looked at the news, I figured it just wasn't updated, right? I hate the comics market. Again, I'm going down here, guys, fairly quickly now. I don't know what you're saying there, trends, so I'm not even going to try and read that sentence. Something re-engineered from deactivated Ancient Seekers, Valkyries. I don't know what you're talking about. That's a terrible idea, not selling to low price. It's not that they're not selling. They don't sell to low price places, Blue. They sell to the big retailers, and when things don't sell at the big retailers, they get resold to the discount retailers at a lost profit. Well, not lost profit, at a lower profit. And then those discount retailers resell it again. Like it's after going through. Like the one that you pick up from Ross was probably months and months and months on a Walmart shelf and didn't sell, or on a Target shelf and didn't sell, or whatever. That's how they get them. They don't buy them from Hasbro. But Hasbro doesn't like that their products trickle out to these discount chains, and they're trying to curb that. So they're changing their strategy. The Top Gun Maverick mold would be more suitable. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Hey, Dragonfly. Okay, I'm going to go back to the news because the chat has been wild. So, Amazon. One Step Flip Changer 3-pack of the Earthspark, Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, and Wheeljack. Cool, I guess. I don't know why they're selling this. I don't know why they have One Step. What? Have to go heading to North Jersey on vacation until the 4th. Enjoy your vacation, Ken. Drive safe, buddy. We want you right back here sooner rather than later. Kids softball game. You gotta look after the kids, man. Did you mention the Amazon female 2-pack, Javelin and Kaskade? Yeah, I already talked about a fearsome a while ago. I don't know if Kaskade's female or not. I know Javelin is. Yeah, you came in late. Yeah, we already talked about. I don't know them. I just said what little I know about them. I don't know the characters at all. But it's a 2-pack coming. There you go. The G1 Aerial Assault storyboards, they're now up on the Marvel Sunbow archive. It's the episode where Slingshot basically gets like this gold car grill as a chest. Studio Series 101 Scourge out in the US. I'm shocked that I have him and reviewed him before he was out in the US. I thought he was out in the US a long time ago. New Age showed their Legends Sludge. Looks beautiful. Very sleek, very silvery, very, very nice. Of course, this legend scale, right? TFCon Toronto, Paul Eiding is going to be there. He's a Quintesson. He's Perceptor. He's a lot of guys. Buzzworthy, Ironhide, and Prowl. We've seen some in-hand images of them. I feel like if I was to get this, the only reason I would get this is in case something was to break on my Prowl with the clear plastic, I could just take off the waist and put on this waist. With the Ironhide, same thing. If something clear plastic broke, I guess you could replace it with something that's not clear plastic if that's a big deal to you. I don't know what the price is going to be for this. I believe it's leader class price. If that's the case, it might actually be worth getting. I'll have to wait and see. I'm not going to fight for it, but if I see it and it's a good price, maybe. Speaking of buzzworthy, also out in Chile, I believe it was Chile. Was it Chile? I think Chile. We have Toline. Now, we knew Toline was going to be an exclusive. A lot of us thought that it was probably going to be a Walgreens exclusive. Apparently, it's a buzzworthy Bumblebee line exclusive, which will be Toys R Us here in Canada. It'll be Target in the United States. I mean, it's the Junkion mold, right? It's the not Crash Bar. What's the other dude's name? It's the truck one, right? I can't remember his name right now. It's too warm here for me to think. It's the truck dude, right? I mean, cool, I guess. He's stylized. He doesn't look like the body he should have. The colors are pretty much right. The body is wrong. If you're in for it, you're in for it. If you're not, you're not. I don't know if I am yet. I do like that mold, so I might be. We'll see. We will see when time comes upon us. And let me just kind of run through these pieces very quickly. Foam clip bags from Rise of the Beast. Pops, 2 new pops, a Toy Accurate Hot Rod and Galvatron, as well as a Soundwave book bag. Apparently the pops in the book bag are going to be SDCC exclusives from Funko, and I don't remember who's making the bag. Somebody here might. Again, whatever. That's kind of my take. That's kind of my take on that. And the only real news... Did I get rid of all that? Yeah, I got rid of all that. The only real news left to do is the Deathsaurus video. So I'm going to check in with you guys. We're going to do the Deathsaurus video. Actually, I'm going to do the trivia now. Then I'll talk about the Deathsaurus stuff, do the pickups, and get out of here. The trivia, ladies and gentlemen, as I am getting ready to go here. The trivia this week. In the episode Roll For It, what is something that occurs in that episode that only occurs in one other episode? In other words, what's something that happens in Roll For It that only ever happens in 2 episodes of G1? Only ever happened in 2 episodes. Is it A, Seekers being drawn with a dropped nose cone in their plane mode? B, Soundwave screaming? C, that Jazz has 2 separate eyes instead of his traditional visor? Or D, that Megatron is missing the polygons on the side of his chest? So what's something that happens in this that only happens twice? Happens in Roll For It, happens in one other episode. Is it the Seekers being drawn with their nose dropped? Is it Starscream screaming? Sorry, Soundwave screaming? Is it Jazz having 2 separate eyes? Or is it that Megatron is missing the things on the side of his chest? We'll see what you guys say, and then we'll do the video and the unboxing and get out of here. Figures that don't sell, go to discount stores. My kid's softball game got canceled for air quality. Wow, that's rough. Yeah, from the fires, hey. I've been watching Dark of the Moon, and one of the dreads says, give up? Okay. I know, Paul. What? As Grandpa Max from Ben 10 first. I don't even, I know that they're words. I don't know what they are. I don't know what a Grandpa Max is or what a Ben 10 is. A crossover with Robotech, that'd be easy to do. And Storm there, be safe, man, be safe. Junkion Trunk. Zad. C, D, B says Waspinator. A says Sovereign. Soundwave Scream. Razor Bear says A. Chris says A. A lot of A's. I'm just surprised how I'm surprised how they remember it too. The answer is B. Soundwave screaming. Yep, he only does it in 2 episodes ever. Who knew? Who knew? Okay, so the last bit of news in the unboxing. Yeah, Soundwave screaming. You got it, Jason. Soundwave screaming, buddy. You absolutely got it. Let me just make sure that I got all that out of here. So there was a video put up. I'm going to go through this kind of. It's just a few thoughts that I had in sort of rapid succession. First things first, Peepo, or Fix It, if you prefer the North American name, they claimed that the 2 Micromasters that were coming with him were completely new molds. That's not true. The thighs are reused, the tires are reused, and the collapsible shoulder hinge is reused. Evan says that. So the Fix It Peepo mold, no, not completely new. The Sea-Watch boater mold was mistaken for somebody on the team as a shark. Like, and I mean, Evan was like, it is clearly a boat, but it's cool that you thought it was a shark. I don't understand how you can work on Transformers and not know the difference of a shark and a boat. I thought that that was something that made me question the team's competency. What else do we have? Get rid of that. This was the EP. Ooh, this was the EP1 engineering pilot one. He also said that they haven't done a lot of updates. That's going to get picked up here going forward now that they have this test shot basically in hand. He looks big next to Victory Saber. He stands about a foot, right? And it's not next to Star Saber. It's next to the combined Victory Saber, except this guy doesn't combine. He's about the size of a Combiner Wars Combiner or Legacy Menasor, which makes sense for the character. He's basically a commander class, right? But we already knew that. He has a ton of ratchets, but they need a lot of fixing, a lot of fit and finish not right with that engineering pilot. But Evan keeps saying that over and over that they're going to be fixed. Let's hope he's right. There's a hole in the back where you can push the chest minion out for Eagle Breast, or Eagle Chest if you prefer. It's then a spring-loaded filler that comes up to fill in the chest, so you're not left with like a hollow gap in the chest. I like that. I think that that's clever. The gun that he has, or I say his gun mode, Eagle Chest gun mode, has a handle that comes out with a tab that's a rectangular tab that goes into the hand of Deathsaurus, and then the fingers are hinged at the knuckle, and they can wrap around the Eagle Chest gun. He also notes a misassembly issue on Eagle Chest where the 2 blasters are on the wrong side. He said that's going to be fixed. Let's see how many misassembled Eagle Chests we get with the blasters on the wrong side. He says it's going to be fixed. I bet you it won't. I bet you it won't. I bet you a lot of people will have that as an assembly issue. The mouth opens, the head turns, so it's more than just like the Laserbeak mold, for example. As for the Tiger Chest, his mouth opens too. The colors on him are going to be tweaked. He's also going to be back metallicized over those colors to give him that chromy look, as with the crest on the head of Deathsaurus will also be done. The wings aren't attached and packaged. They're just 5mm pegs that you will put onto the chest minion itself. Let's see how many are missing those little winged pieces. I have a fear of that. The feet go tabbed into the arm to hold it together in the alt mode, which I think is cool. In the Kaiju mold, I don't even know how to say the word, in his dragon mode, I'm going to call it, the legs become the arms, and they clip in on the sides. Those clips got to be perfect. Otherwise, those legs are just going to keep coming unclipped, or there's the bigger fear that you're going to break off a tab. They need to be perfect. I'm not a fan of how that's engineered. We'll have to see how well that works, but that's a bit unnerving. There's a Star Saber flight stand that's included with them, recolored, of course, but it's the same stand that came with Star Saber. The chain that's used on his flail is the MP Megatron chain, and the effects are the jet fire blast effects. There's a lot more reuse here than I thought it was going to be. There's a lot here I like, and there's a couple of things I'm concerned about. Let's see what happens going forward as we get ones with fit and finish. However, I will say this. when he started, I was like, I'm not sure if this is going to be a half hour, but there's actually a lot more included there than I thought it was. And I found myself by the end of it saying, you know what? With all of the work that's put into the throne, for all of the clips of all of his accessories, the shield going on his arm, that's his tail, all of the ratchets, the extra added articulation for the two chess masters, the two micro masters. I think there's more here than I initially thought in terms of valuation. I kind of feel like I need to go back and redo that math in my head again before I do the review. We'll see, though. So that's kind of my thoughts on that. Let's just see what you guys said, and then we're going to do the unboxing and get out of here. Got your Minicon. Amigos, enjoy the reboot. I'm more a classic guy. What? What are you guys talking about here? I don't need a summary of Ben 10. I'm not going to be going back and watching it. Tidal Wave. USS Flag transforming into Tidal Wave. Him being a double agent, Tidal Wave. Sorry, that's so random. It is random. Do I have a favorite G1 episode, Chris? That's a good question. I don't know. Do I have one favorite G1 episode? I don't know. I like the Ultimate Doom, and I like Megatron's Master Plan. I really, really enjoyed those ones. Hard to say. Heavy Metal War is really good. That's a hard question. I don't think it's going to be anything from season 2 or season 3. While I love a lot of those, you know what? I can't say it's my favorite, but I feel the most feelings when I watch The Golden Lagoon. There's such a deep story there about destroying animal habitats, and I feel more for animals than I do people. I don't care about people. I care about animals. That's a hard question, but that's an excellent question, Chris. Okay, so let's do the unboxing and get out of here. So very quick, I got two things this week. Two things. 1 and 2. And the two things that I got this week very, very quickly is Beachcomber and DevCon. My Beachcomber, my DevCon pre-orders came in. So, you know, kind of a quickie overview here. Here are the two. Shockingly, he's actually the right size. If we go by the Sunbow size chart. I had Starscream Wife kind of analyze them last night. We all know, I've talked about often, that I defer to my wife. We all know what she thinks is something I tend to go with, and she likes this one much better for a variety of reasons that I'll talk about in the review. I like both of them. I'm torn, but I do love the little Paradise Parakeet. I love that. As for DevCon, we all know that it's kind of a remold of the Blur mold. Infinitely better than the Blur mold. I love everything about this except for one thing. And I'm not even going to say what that one thing is, but I'll talk about it in the review. Both of those reviews will be next week. Tomorrow's review is going to be a very quick one, going back in time a bit, and we're going to look at the ice cream truck, skids, and mud flap. Never looked at that before. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get out of here. I love you guys. I appreciate you coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through Spring, or of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. Also, please hit the subscribe button, stick around, have some fun with us here on the channel. And don't forget, man, that somehow, some way, each and every single day, you do make a difference in the world. And I look forward, it is a great episode, Chris, to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams right here on Thursday nights at the stop motion premieres, or the old-fashioned way, you know what I'm going to say, inside the videos.